Hi, hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Now, today we have very important news, right? So let's just dive into it. And there's a clear trend that financial institutions are definitely adopting cryptocurrencies. Let's just start with IBM making a huge news in crypto world yesterday, where they are able to sign up 6 banks for Stellar-based WorldWire. Right? So yesterday, IBM announced the live launch of WorldWire, an ambitious initiative to revolutionize the global financial system using the Stellar blockchain. Big Blue has already received letters of content from 6 banks to issue stablecoins using IBM's international payment solution. A respected authority in financial technology, IBM's banking clientele are spread out across the globe, and WorldWire's current partner institutions include Philippines-based RCBC, Brazil's Banco Bradesco, and Bank Busan of South Korea. IBM will also integrate the Euro and the USD into its currency-backed token system. The stablecoin program went live Monday, which is yesterday, though regulatory clarity is still needed for full-scale implementation. To facilitate interbank transfers, IBM also plans to implement an interbank payment solution. XLM or Stellar Lumens, the digital currency token of the blockchain project Stellar, will act as a bridge currency from one bank to another. Through such an application, liquidity can flow freely both within and between banks, with XLM as the medium. The WorldWire platform has already secured 72 payment locations across the globe, leveraging 48 currencies and 44 banking endpoints, including banks and ATMs, according to IBM. Now, why is this huge? One is because, right, you have now IBM, right, using facilitating a global funds transfer between banks, right, at instant speed and very low cost, right, and very transparent blockchain, very transparent record system. So if anyone want to track anything, they can just very quickly go to the system of the Stellar blockchain, and they can able to trace, right, what is the problem or where is the payment now located. Yeah, and this is super key because now you have, for the first time, right, a global solution involving and offered by a very huge name, is a Fortune 500 companies, right? And they have very huge clients, and they already have a very large base of banking clients as well. And so definitely for them to adopt this technology, for them to adopt the blockchain powered by Stellar, is the very high chance, right? And the fact is also they're using Stellar, it gives a lot of credence, right, to cryptocurrency as a whole. Yeah, and of course the other third point is that Stellar, that this solution of WorldWire powered by Stellar, and Stellar will be the medium of exchange, right, between banks, because they are, these banks will have their native currency, that means their own local currency, but the currency, the common denominator, that means they will be using the bridge in the middle, is Stellar, will be a direct competition to SWIFT, the current incumbent banking system, and XRP, right? Now, what do I see then? How do you see the world progressing in the future, right? Will IBM and Stellar be the winner take all? Will it be such scenario? Or will it be a scenario where there will be a few major cryptocurrencies, right, facilitating global funds transfer? My opinion is that, right, it will be a few of the top cryptocurrencies that will win out the race in the end, right? Just like we have today, USD being one reserve currency, but we have other major fiat money as well, like Euro, Hong Kong dollar, right, Japanese yen, Sing dollars, and so forth, right? So they are also very huge. Yeah. Now that's also what I will see in the world of crypto. There will be one reserve currency that will be recognized by all. So given just the history of the Bitcoin and its status to date, I believe, right, Bitcoin may be the reserve currency in crypto world, and there will be a few other major ones that will continue to be used by a lot of banks globally to settle their global payments at instant speed. And that is already now, Stellar is already confirmed. I believe XRP will definitely be in there as well. But whether there will be another one, I'm not too sure. Because XRP and Stellar, where their vision was supposed to be the payment settlement network, right, for individuals and institutions, right? And Stellar has now sealed that status with this partnership with IBM, and they've already made a huge announcements, and already so many banks are on board, right? And of course, we are already seen as well that XRP are already, being able to onboard many top banks as well in many countries. So I believe, right, that there will be a few major cryptocurrencies that will replace fiat currencies of today, right? So definitely today is one of those moments, at least, it is no longer a fad, right? It is definitely becoming a reality day by day with announcements like this, right? That Stellar partner with IBM and going to used by, a few of the second tier banks in a lot of countries. And that is huge, yeah? Next, CITI has scrapped its plan for a JPM coin-like bank-backed cryptocurrency. So, codenamed Citibank in 2015, Citibank was already conceived. At the time, it was just as a proof of concept born out of Innovation Lab in Dublin in Citibank. Now, currently, they have just revealed officially to CoinDesk, right, saying that this was conceived as a proof of concept, but then it died. It decided to abandon it because they believe, right, that quote, based on our learnings from the experiment, we actually decided to make meaningful improvement in the existing rails by leveraging the payment ecosystem. And within that ecosystem, we are considering the fintechs as well as the regulators around the world as well, including SWIFT. If we are talking about cross-border payments, how many banks do we have across the world? And how many of them are already onboarded on SWIFT? And how long has it taken SWIFT to onboard all those banks? So, this announcement, right, although it is on its own may not be significant, but the fact that CITI has already conceived this idea back in 2015, which is like more than 3 years ago, and they decided to abandon it because they think that, right, a siloed internal bank created coin will not see a huge adoption. That's exactly what a lot of the critics have for JPM coin, right, where now we have already so many, we have Stellar, we have XRP, we have Bitcoin, which is like very good and for cross-border, for censorship resistant, and can be trusted by a lot of the players out there because there's no one central party behind them, right? So the chances of a lot of banks adopting those open public coins like Stellar, Bitcoin, XRP is much higher chance, right, than JPM coin succeeding, because JPM coin ultimately is created by JPM Bank, right, who used to say that, right, Bitcoin is a fraud, Bitcoin is a scam, right? He will fire any traders who caught trading Bitcoin. But now that they are issuing their coins, which is very much inspired by Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, so the fact that Citicoin has come out to say now, right, that they have thought of it, they have actually, in fact, have a proof of concept already, they could have very well gone ahead with it, right? But of course, at the time, they had, a lot of protests and a lot of backlash from the Bitcoin community, and that may be part of the reason. But then again, I don't think that's really part of the reason. I believe they do not see a huge adoption in the end. They will see it eventually fail. And I think that's, just support and give much armor, right, and give much confidence to people who critique the JPM coin being not much adoption, because other banks will not trust something that is issued by another bank, right? They rather trust something that is very open, open blockchain that can be immediately checked, that can be immediately audited, right, at any point in time, right? There's no banking hours, banking closure, right? Yeah, so that is just great news, right? And Visa crypto team, what is this? So Visa has openly, put up a job posting on Smart Recruiters that they're looking for a technical product manager to manage the product strategy and roadmap for cryptocurrency related opportunities. And they also clearly state that Visa is planning to establish a Visa crypto team with the to-be hired product manager directing strategy within their evolving cryptocurrency ecosystem. And this is exactly very interesting, just like JPM CEO Jamie Dimon last year, right? Visa CEO has also come out and said, right, that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is not a threat to the normal fiat payment system, the global fiat payment system. Though he also said at that time last year that he said when he see that cryptocurrency is going to be more adopted or more like fiat money of the future, then Visa will also go that route. And this is clearly the moment, right, where where it clearly shows that Visa's action clearly endorsing, right, that cryptocurrency is no longer a fad. It is very much going to replace, right, the fiat money today. So that's why they don't want to be left in the dark as well, right? They don't want to remain irrelevant, so they better step up and get their hands and their feet wet into this, this space that is going to drive the growth in the next decade, right? And yeah, so do you see? So the first pillar of news is really all the financial institutions now are embracing cryptocurrency, right? And that is so exciting, and that is just, again, gives so much confidence, right, to people like us who are investors into cryptocurrency, right? And yes, that just show that it is definitely here to stay. And right, a lot of the big names, a lot of the incumbent institutions today are embracing this new technology. Infrastructure wise, right, we have a lot of new development as well. Starting off with CoinMarketCap introduces a new metrics for crypto fundamentals. So, cryptocurrency market data platform CoinMarketCap has added a new metric to their site for measuring the fundamentals of crypto projects. What they do, this is called, the new rating system is called Fundamental Crypto Asset Score, or FCAS. They look at their health of the project by considering user activity, developer behavior, and market maturity. So user activity is just that how many wallets, how many people have the coins, right? How many exchange are listing the coins, and how many people are trading the coins, trading volume. Developer behavior is really the how active are the developers on the project, how many code lines are they actually contributing to the project, right, to improve it, to enhance it. Market maturity is like with the market progressing, how likely is this project going to survive, right? And it is very interesting that you look at it, right? This is the screen, you can check it out as well. The link is there. The top coins is EOS and Ethereum, followed by Bitcoin, Tron, 0x, and Cardano. And S stands for superb, even better than attractive, right? That has given to Bitcoin and Tron and 0x and Cardano and many more. You should check out this website definitely, but it just goes to show, right, that the top coins are definitely the ones that continue to be validated. What this scores is very good is that it shows, right, that the market of crypto is maturing with each day progressing, because this is likened to like the price to book ratio, price to earning ratios, like in the traditional equity market, to measure, to give a very standardized metrics, very standardized score to compare projects, right, in this space, just like what is already available and very well known metrics in the world of equity. So this is again very, very good news, as you can see, right, that the space is maturing and a lot of incumbent huge names are embracing the projects, and this is really, really very, very good news for the crypto overall. Next, Bitam lays off 160 employees as crypto cutback continues. This is 50% haircut of their employees of 310, yeah? And this signifies, why do I want to point out this news, is that it is not an easy market, and this just, gives more credence to the largest cryptocurrency exchange today, which is Binance, right? And that is why Binance token is doing so well, right? It is not easy. I mean, despite the more than 1 year long winter, who no one knows when is it going to end, right? Binance still stands strong, right? And remember, they are still less than 2 years old. And they only have 400 employees today, and they are managing their growth very, very well. And the employees, most of them are taking a full compensation in Binance token. So that just show again the huge contrast, right, between something like Bitam, and they're not the only one, right? Shapeshift as well has to restructure a lot of their employees and rebranding. But you have Binance, right, doing so well, yeah, that just, really shout out to Binance, right? And yeah, and it seems like they are able to sustain it as well. They are featured in a lot of huge publications like Bloomberg, like Forbes, right? So really great job. And that is why right, a lot of people also have Binance coin, and they're now the number 7th cryptocurrency, right? So yeah, by market cap, so that just gives a lot of credence to them. Next, Japan introduces new regulations for cryptocurrency margin trading. So Japan regulators have reportedly introduced new regulations, and what they do is that, right, they are now limiting leverage in cryptocurrency margin trading to just 2 to 4 times the initial deposits, yeah. And I see this is again very, very good thing, because they don't want people to, like risk too much, right? It's just like very limited risk, yeah, very measured risk. And I do see this, and because they do see, my opinion is that the Japanese regulator do see that in the future, cryptocurrency is not just like an equity, it will evolve to become something like a reserve currency, and the others, will be currencies. It's something of medium of exchange and store of value. So because of that, you cannot have too much volatility in this kind of asset class. And that is why I do think that, they put this kind of limit so to not too much margins, because if you look at equity today, right, the regulators does not say how much leverage you can, do your trading, margin trading of your equities. And that's because equities is not the same as currencies, right? Equities is very well as an asset class. It's a risky asset class, but it is not currency, right? And that is why cryptocurrency can be called cryptocurrency, right? The word currency means a lot. Currency has a staying power, right? And it is this store of value and medium of exchange. And each day we just do see this trend happening, right? With Stellar and IBM partnership that clearly is showing the usage of the cryptocurrency, that just gives more credence to cryptocurrency being usable, right, as a medium of exchange. Lastly, we have Ripple's XRP finally integrates with WooCommerce to reach 3 million customers. I've already made a video dedicated to this last week, when there was just rumored that, one of the Ripple enthusiasts or XRP enthusiasts giving a bounty up to $1,000 or 3,000 units of XRP token to anyone who can integrate the XRP payment onto WooCommerce. And finally now it's becoming a reality. It's already live, right? That so hopefully, people seeing that, XRP, what is this? XRP is being accepted in WooCommerce merchants, that then they will, right, have sparked the curiosity, and it will, make them try out and understand, go and find out more about cryptocurrency and XRP's benefits, right? And that's huge, because WooCommerce merchants, right, including very high profile companies like professional firms, golf clubs, resorts, hotels, restaurants, right? So that's really, really high profile clients. So, and I'm sure those people will definitely have, a little bit of money to risk, right? After all, a lot of the big institutions as well and rich people are lured into this space because they finally understand the asymmetric risk reward of cryptocurrency, because you can just deposit or you can just risk a little bit of your money and the reward can be many times over, or you can just, of course the flip side is you can just lose that small amount of money, but the upside can be super huge, just like a hedge fund opportunity. Yeah, so that's all I have today, but huge news today, right? Definitely reflect on it and share this around, because a lot of people, if you see that news on a standalone basis, maybe you do not really make the connection, but when you put it like this, you clearly can see, right, that the banks are embracing, and not just banks, financial institutions like huge companies like Visa are embracing crypto. Infrastructure wise is definitely maturing, right? And even the regulators are continuing to see this space evolving, not just like an asset class that is risky, but more like a currency, right? And lastly, of course, very good news for XRP fans and investors, where every day they just see more and more adoption, right? And in the end, as I said, I do just see the space as, right, there will be a eventually, in my opinion, that it will be one cryptocurrency being the reserve currency in the future, but then there will be a few others that will be a very huge dominant player, and they will be like the huge dominant fiat money today, right? So yes, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you do, please subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.